The Los Angeles Rams are starting to come together, winning 2 games in just 5 days, beating the Las Vegas Raiders on Sunday, and then on Thursday Night Football, beating one of the best teams in the NFC, the Minnesota Vikings. In doing so, the Rams stay just 1 game back of the Arizona Cardinals for first place in the wide-open NFC West. Welcome to Josh's Football Breakdowns, where we don't tell you what you're seeing, we let the film tell us what we're seeing. This game opened up with a flurry of scoring from both teams, so we're going to go right into the scoring plays here. The Vikings had put a man in motion, the tight end, and he comes over and picks up the end, while the other tight end picks up the defensive tackle for an apparent run to the right by Aaron Jones. But at the last second, we see one of those tight ends, Josh Oliver, get off his block and then run all the way across the formation for a pass route. It's a Kyle Shanahan play that's becoming more and more popular throughout the league. And the Vikings go to it right away, taking an early lead in this game. So the Vikings would go up 7-0, but the Rams would answer right back. And here LA would run another play popular in the NFL. The running back goes to the outside, and when the linebacker runs over to cover that route, Kyren Williams cuts back to the inside, coming wide open for a touchdown. But the Vikings would answer right back, using a play that was very similar to their first scoring play. And this time it's the wide receiver, Trent Sherfield, pins his man to the inside, again for an apparent running play to Aaron Jones, before cutting all the way across the field. And this is a well-designed play. Just look how the defense reacts. So we've got 3 touchdowns now, and we're still in the first quarter. All right, we're going to move ahead to the second quarter, but this is still the Rams' very next possession, so LA would answer immediately back again. And here they're facing a 2nd and goal. Now, the defensive coordinator for the Vikings, Brian Flores, is a bit of a mad scientist at that D coordinator position, and he would get awfully creative in this game. But here, it's a pretty standard 4-man pass rush for the Vikings. And although the play design might be standard, the execution definitely was not. Check out the spin move from Jonathan Greenard here. And Stafford evades. How he got out of that, I have no idea, but the important thing is Cooper Kupp sees his quarterback scrambling and then moves to space so that Stafford can get him the football. And Stafford throws a strike. Touchdown Rams, and the first 4 drives of this game have resulted in 4 touchdowns. Wow, what an exciting start. So at the start of the second quarter, the Rams would tie it up, 14 apiece, and then the teams would exchange a multitude of punts. Now there's a lot of great plays I want to show you in this game, so let's move ahead to the third quarter. Facing a 3rd and 6, the Rams put Cooper Kupp in motion and Byron Murphy goes with him. But this is not man-to-man coverage. Murphy's going to drop back into a zone and pick up the deeper route to Demarcus Robinson. Now, Robinson is just now starting his break, and he does appear to have some space to the outside. And if we turn our attention to the pocket, we can see Stafford is already winding up to throw this football. It's great anticipation, but here quarterback and receiver just quite aren't on the same page, and the pass is intercepted by Murphy. Did Murphy cut his route off too short, or did the ball get away from Stafford a little bit? That's the type of thing that we would probably only truly know if we were in the meeting room with them. The Vikings look to take advantage of this, and here they call a pretty simple play, but one that threatens the Rams deep. Jalen Nailor goes straight to the end zone, taking the corner and the safety with him, and this leaves Justin Jefferson one-on-one to the outside. And under tremendous pressure in the pocket, Sam Darnold throws this ball nice and early. And Jefferson reaches out with one hand bobbled, secured, both feet down, inbounds, and that is a catch. And here we can see Aaron Jones wanted no part of trying to block Michael Hocht. And it's just a great play by Justin Jefferson, and sometimes you just have to tip your cap to one of the best wide receivers in the game. Alright, now I've stopped it here. Watch the Vikings come right up to the line and then immediately snap this football. They're probably trying to get this snap off before the play can be reviewed. Okay, mission accomplished. They successfully snap the football before replay assist can intervene or before the Rams can challenge the play. But there are some drawbacks to this. For one thing, it looks like there's a hole up the middle, but Jones is to Darnold's left. It would be pretty awkward for him to try to get back to that area of the field, and it would have been interesting to see how quickly the Rams could have closed down that window. In any event, Jones has no choice but to continue to the outside. And Jefferson realizes there's no way he's going to be able to get over and pick up Darius Williams, so he just heads downfield to block, and Williams is able to make the play. Great tackle by Williams, and it looked like Hocht was there as well. So now this brings up 2nd down and goal. They hand it off to Jones again, and he's only able to gain back some of the yardage. So the Vikings had the big play to Jefferson to get down into the red zone, but kind of in the blink of an eye here, they're already facing 3rd down and goal. Darnold looks to his right, Nailor's locked up, and Justin Jefferson is double covered. A good idea. Now, maybe Darnold was able to somehow sense this pressure in the pocket. Either way, he cuts this thing loose to Justin Jefferson, the pass falls incomplete, and this would turn out to be a pretty big red zone stop by the Rams D. And from this angle, we get a pretty good look at the Rams rookie, Jared Verse, getting a pretty good hit on Sam Darnold. Oof, he's going to feel that one tomorrow. So the Rams hold Minnesota to a field goal. They take the lead, but only by the score of 17-14. I'm sure Minnesota wanted more on that drive. So the Rams get the ball back, and just like we saw in the first half, they would immediately respond to the score by Minnesota. They put Cooper Kupp in motion, and we see Stephon Gilmore going with him. But once again, the Vikings would drop back into a zone. He would pick up the deeper route of Tutu Atwell. This is essentially the same play we looked at before, just mirrored to the other side. And this time, quarterback and receiver are on the same page. Now, I know it's kind of hard to see here, but I stopped it. I'm going to circle the ball. This is a great throw from Matthew Stafford, fitting this ball right in between those two defenders. What a great throw. Now, the down and distance here is a 2nd down and 10, a passing down in the NFL, so here the Vikings decide only to rush with 3. Ooh, yeah, and that's just nice. But 2 plays later, the Rams would be facing a 2nd down and 15. Now, if 2nd down and 10 is a passing down in the NFL, then 2nd and 15 definitely is. But here we see the Vikings bringing some men forward right before the snap. Now, at the snap, the middle linebacker would drop back into a zone, and Brian Flores would start getting creative here. The defensive end would also drop back, so this would just be a 4-man rush for the Minnesota Vikings. Now check out the stem of the route of Puka Nacua, and, for that matter, DeMarcus Robinson. It looks like they're both going deep, and as far as the Vikings know, that's what they're doing, so the safety is forced to backpedal. And we also see Stephon Gilmore is turned around and to the outside. Nakua is going to be able to come wide open to the inside here. And Stafford gets him the football. Against a creative pass rush, it's no problem. The Rams give Stafford a great pocket to throw this football from, and he just takes a little step forward and then guns this thing over the middle, and it hits Nakua right between the 1 and the 7. What a strike. With the Rams moving the ball, the Vikings continue to stay creative on defense, putting 5 men up at the line of scrimmage, but then dropping 1 back and only rushing 4. But they also only leave 1 safety back deep. And at the bottom, we see Demarcus Robinson is lined up in press coverage against Shaq Griffin. And like we've talked about on this channel before, anytime you line up in the press on defense, there's the danger that you could get beat deep. And with only 1 safety back deep, he's too far away to be able to affect the play. And if you want to play wide receiver in the NFL, you have to be able to beat press coverage, and it's no problem at all for Demarcus Robinson. Great catch. Flag would come out for pass interference, which LA would decline. Touchdown Rams. And again, this is just a beautiful throw from Matt Stafford. So because the Vikings had to settle for the field goal, the Rams go up 21-17 now. Alright, the Vikings would run 3 plays, and then we would move into the 4th quarter where Minnesota is facing a 3rd down and 3. And they just run a little pick play at the bottom of your screen here between Justin Jefferson and Aaron Jones to pick up the 1st down. But Minnesota catches the safety, Quentin Lake, a little bit flat-footed here, and this turns into a big play for the Vikings. But a few plays later, the Rams would come up with another big red zone stop on 3rd down. Wanting to defend the touchdown and the 1st down, the Rams put 2 safeties back deep and set the rest of their defense up to defend the line to gain. And this works pretty well. None of the receivers for the Vikings are open, and Darnold is forced to scramble. And this is always a tough moment for the defense. Do you come forward and try to stop the quarterback from picking up the 1st down and leave the men you're with potentially wide open? Well, here the Rams hang back. Now Darnold has a man, but he's forced to gun this ball in there with a lot of velocity. At short range like that, it's a difficult catch, and the pass falls incomplete, and the Rams come up with another big red zone stop. So Minnesota is forced to settle for another field goal, and this would be significant. The Rams would still lead 21-20, and LA would get the ball back. As the Rams move later into the 4th quarter with the lead, they want to take some time off the clock, so here they call a play to run the ball with 2 tight ends on the right side of the formation, and they put Tyler Johnson in motion to that side for a run to Kyren Williams. And it's a fake. One of those tight ends, Hunter Long, comes all the way across the formation for a pass. 18-yard gain on the play, and it's the same play the Vikings ran in the 1st quarter. Later on in the drive, the Rams would be threatening, and this time it's the Vikings that have to defend a short 3rd down in the red zone. To do this, they again stick all of their defenders right at that line to gain, but this time they put 3 safeties back into the end zone. In order to do that, they only rush with 3, and that gives Stafford a lot of time. And check out Demarcus Robinson. He takes a move to the inside, and Stafford is looking right down the pike. The safety reacts to the play, allowing Robinson to burn him with the double move. Touchdown Rams, and that is Matt Stafford's 4th touchdown pass of the game. Alright, let's talk about the game situation. The Rams go up by 8. Now, the Vikings would end up getting the ball back, but with only a minute 53 remaining in the game, and they would have no timeout. So they would have to go 95 yards here with no timeouts to score a touchdown and then get a 2-point conversion to tie it. How do the Rams choose to defend this? They go to a strategy we looked at an awful lot last week against the Raiders. They put 5 men up at the line of scrimmage, and the Vikings have no idea who's coming and who's going. As a matter of fact, the Rams do drop one defender, and it's Byron Young that comes over the middle, and he's stymied initially, but he keeps working, and he takes Darnold down in the end zone for a safety. Rams win the game. Wow. Now, unfortunately, Young would get Darnold by the face mask here, and I showed you this angle for a reason. We can see that from this perspective where the official is standing, he's looking at the back. He cannot see the face mask of Darnold explicitly, so he can't make the call. He's not allowed to guess on what he thinks happened. So the play would stand. Now, the Vikings fans, of course, were very upset by this, but realistically, Minnesota would have had to go 95 yards with no timeout, score the touchdown, and get the 2-point conversion just to take this into overtime. So I don't think you can say that the Rams won because of the no call. Either way, I think it has become absolutely clear that face mask penalties do need to be reviewable either through the replay assist, the coach's challenge, or both. So there you have it. Kind of an unfortunate ending, but nothing should take away from the fact that the Rams played an outstanding game. They've won twice in 5 days, and they are right in it in the wide open NFC West. Alright everyone, I want to thank all my new subscribers. The Rams are building up steam, so if you like what you see here, please subscribe. As always, I want to give a special thanks to those of you who have gone the extra mile to help this channel out. Your support is truly appreciated, especially in these difficult times. And of course, I want to give an extra special thanks to our Patreon supporters. You guys are an essential part of this team. I could not do these videos without you. Thank you so much. I truly appreciate it. Alright, next week the Rams will take on the Seattle Seahawks, a team that got shellacked by the Buffalo Bills thanks to some strange plays that happened during the game. San Francisco was on a bye, so if the Arizona Cardinals end up falling to the tough opponent Chicago Bears, the Rams would be the team in first place if they can get that win in Seattle. Yes, you heard that right. The LA Rams could be in first place in the NFC West as early as Sunday. Wow, well, what a game that is going to be between the LA Rams and the Seattle Seahawks. I can't wait to see it. I don't know what's going to happen in that game, but we are going to be here to break down that film, and I will see you guys then.